Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I see ICD, you have already entered the topic. Quick off the bat. Good morning, Svensson, Chef Spartan, Kilrathi, Kuru. It's great. I hope you have had a good day. I think I'm beating my cold a little bit. This night wasn't utter torture. Um, I kind of curated with a shit ton of lemon and ginger and honey hot tea. Kind of helped, like, kind of move things around, but you're gonna probably hear me being cold. All right, so we got Native American Warrior Chief, Hand of the Deceiver, I guess. Hey, good morning, you Irish nonsense. Yeah, topics. We got two topics, I guess. Kilrathi, if that's the topic, Hand of the Deceiver. Um, Harpy Queen. What, that's 3, 4, 5. One more, I think. Um, hey, good morning, Artsy Coast. Welcome back. Motherly Monster. All right, let's throw the dice. Number 1. Mr. Quick out of the gate. What's his name? ICD. We got the topic. Native American Warrior Chief by, I'm gonna shorten your name there. ISD. Thanks, Irish. Yeah, I think the cold is on its way out. It's just a matter of like it's fighting itself. It doesn't want to die yet, but it's gonna die. Okay, Native American Warrior Chief. Let's do it. I think the topic itself. I feel like I want to do something a little bit more like artsy. I mean, I don't know if like the whole like uh, the headgear of an Indian chief, the stereotypical feathers in the hat. I'm assuming it's like um, a little bit of like blackface, like so generic. Captain Jetlag, I know. Totally served. Got some snot my way. because I wrote Captain Jetlag on the boys' T-shirt. Gag 6, yeah. A wolf howling and the classic headgear of an Indian chief. Give him a smoke pipe, and we're all good. No, I think I'm gonna give him like an asymmetrical Indian war chief kind of headgear, um, and see where that takes me. Yeah, I think I will definitely try to give him some war paint. Um, Now, I don't know that much about Native Americans. Um, I just know a little bit. I did some research about them working for Empire Total War. They did an expansion pack with, I think, Mohicans. So I kind of had to read up a little bit about them, but I'm not very ventured at all into like the names and the type of war paint. I'm just gonna do something that kind of looks Native American-esque. Unfortunately, I have no idea really um, about names or what they need to look like. Um, so I'm just gonna wing it. Dive into my mental image bank of what Native Americans I have seen. Captain Jetlag, yeah, it was a cool game, fun to work on as well. Uh, did loads of load screens for it years and years and years ago. Uh, it was really fun to do. I also did loads of load screens for Napoleon Total War. It was really fun to do, to kind of research that time's paintings and trying to replicate, even though obviously at that time, years and years ago, my digital or my painting style wasn't as refined as obviously time allows you to refine your process. But yeah, nevertheless, it was fun to do. Um, I did a lot of both for Empire and Napoleon and Shogun too. I did a lot of like these event paintings, like something happens in the game and you'll see a picture of something happening. I painted a lot of those. It was pretty fun. Um, Captain Jetlag, I was working in house for Creative Assembly for 3 years. I was their only concept artist, more or less, for a long period of time. Um, and I worked primarily with the console team, but I also helped out on the Total War games when they needed, because they didn't really have the people really to get all the kind of art stuff in. So a lot of those things was handed to me, which I don't mind. It was good fun to paint. Um, it's a cool company, a bunch of really nice people. Some of the studio politics I didn't agree with, so I quit. Um, sometimes the staff you just don't click with the staff. And um, after 3 years, I thought, like, okay, I'll might as well move along. Um, but there's a good bunch of people, really relaxed. Nowadays, I don't know. I mean, it was many years ago I worked with them. Um, Total War 2 Americas. If you mean Empire, Total War 2 Americas. I don't know. That sounds a bit weird. Um, I actually got a gold plate thing for Empire. Like it sold, like when it sold 1 million copies. The plate is over there on the shelf there. It was good fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But after that, I went to Opus, and that's where I've been since. Sorry for clearing my throat all the time, but it's sore. Hey, Gux6. I did not work on Factions or Medieval 2. They released that game before I started. I started when they were working on Empire. Hey, good morning, Israel. And Georg. But for Georg, it's not good morning. It's middle of the night, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, 11 in the morning for you, Kuro. Israel, it's late for you too? That's cool. That's nice. For me, I'm also at the moment not in the studio at Opus, but at my home studio, and it's 11 o'clock as well. Oh, 5:30. That's interesting, Israel. Thank you. Yeah, I wanna. I mean, you can't really do a lot with the Indian Warrior Chief, or Native American Warrior Chief. Um, so I'm just kind of playing around with brush strokes and being slightly more artsy. But I'm not really good at it. So I guess I take that as an opportunity to practice. some people are really good at like leaving expressive brush marks, and it's something that personally I'm not the best at. But I'm trying. Problem for me, I noticed a lot of times, like when you're trying to do things like this without reference, there's always a tendency to, for me at least, to you over detail in the sense of explaining too much. While if you would have a reference, you would get the rhythm handed to you better. You know, like, oh, here it needs to be darker, here it needs to be more detail or less detail. Just doing things from your mind like this is a bit, you know, you have to actively try more to, um, you know, find a rhythm of details and, and attention. Definitely working from reference helps you with that. Good morning, Mila. And Georg, so you sleep a little. It can be good. I mean, some people say that like batch sleeping is a lot more stronger than one long go. But personally, I can do that as well. I can just like take a couple of hours of sleep and then wake up and then go back to sleep uh, and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily know how healthy it is. I used to sleep for the longest of times just 4 hours. I mean, nowadays with kids and family, I usually go maybe at 1 or 2 o'clock, and we wake up at 7. So during that time, I'd say I managed to get um, enough sleep for what my body needs. Um, and if I know that like there's a like a crunch time where I know is going to be a lot of late nights beforehand, I try to go to bed earlier so that I can save up. You know, if that makes sense. Like you save up energy by sleeping more, so that when you do have a long night, you're not as like your energy tank isn't just filled enough for the night, but it's actually have more to use. Um, yeah, so that's kind of what I do. Exercise can be good, but it depends. Like your body and mindset, it might not be that good for you. Like for sleep, I mean, exercising is always good for you, but golden tigers. I know you. I think you're a girl, right? Um, I don't think it necessarily to do with the your gender, but my wife sleeps a lot as well. She just sleeps, 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 sleeps. She loves sleeping. And for me, at least, like with the people I know that enjoy sleeping, most of them are women. but that is obviously biased because I can only base on what the people I know. Hey, mute lava. Good morning. Why are you crying? Sense and art. All right, cool. So that's +1 for the men then. So a good start to ruin the statistics of my extremely limited point of view of only women sleep a lot. Golden tigers. All right, yeah. I used to also have insomnia, but I kind of learned a way to meditate and kind of culture sleeping process in a way that now I go to bed and I just switch off like within a minute. My wife absolutely hates it because she's like lies there and twists and turns. I just go and more or less get knocked out cold as soon as I hit the pillow. I don't think women use their brain more than men. That's kind of a weird comment. Oh, Svensson, that is an absolutely fantastic snippet to take out of context. I am like your wife, and you are like my girlfriend. That's interesting. Have any one of you heard um, Dave Chappelle's joke about Native Americans when he met one? It's a really, really funny. Sorry. The longest time I have been awake or is 4 days. Then my body started shutting off. Like I started getting sick and uh, feeling weird. That is 4 days without chemical aid, as in drugs. I just wanted to see how long I could be awake. I have also tried not to eat, see how long I could be without eating. ICD, no, I'm Swedish. It's just I speak in English because majority of people are speaking English. It's like a easy common language. I think if I would be speaking Swedish, there wouldn't be a lot of people being interested in joining in a conversation because I think the conversation would be quite one-sided. Would just be me like Swedish chefing it up in the chat, and the chat would just be, I'd say, non-existent. Oh, Iceland, nice. Um, Without eating, I don't remember exactly, but it was like a good few days. Like I was so hungry and it was so painful in the stomach. I had water, obviously, but I didn't eat. I wanted to see how it felt to starve. At the same time as I always also wanted to see how it was to not sleep. And like you started hallucinating and things. Really weird. I feel like the face is it's not the right it's not right at all. Is it the mouth? Probably it's the mouth. Hurri, yeah. Oh. But it was like very kind of auditory illusions and like corner of the eye things. Like you saw movement and things like that. And I started getting like a fever and a cold. Like the body just didn't have the energy to maintain. Um, Now, you see, there was so many years ago. I don't remember if it was I was longer without food than sleep, or if it was the other way around. If I was longer without sleep than food, but it was a very long time without eating. It was not like a matter of just a day, um, because I wanted to starve. You know, don't have any food in there. Michael, it wasn't like visual hallucinations in the sense of like pink elephants flying or things like that. It was more like it's just um, dots and things, and like you thought you heard something. The brain was weird, so it was misfiring, and you thought something, or like it's just messy machinery. That way of hallucinations, rather than you know how movies show it. With a extreme fisheye lens and people going like, "Ooh," not like that. Just like messy machine. brain not working correctly, eyes tired, sounds, or you know, peripheral um, colors and things. That kind of hallucinations. Michal, yeah, it's not good for the body to be up without rest. Thanks for the words about the chieftain ICD, but I feel like the face is not right. It's way too European, or made up rather. In these instances, like I really need reference when you have to do something so like specific, when you don't have that exact knowledge. Yeah, I just made eyes smaller. I think that helped a bit. They have to be a little bit more like, I guess, Mongolian in that sense. Obviously, they're not Mongolian; they're Native Americans, but I think they originate from kind of the same area originally. I mean, they crossed, what's it called? Up by the North America and over to um, the east. Bering Strait, or is that um, in Middle East? I don't remember. Thanks, ACD. ICD. Yeah, exactly, Mikhail. So they're definitely the same kind of base. I'm just giving him some. Some face paint was in order. Well, thank you, by the way, for coming, ICD. And thanks for the good challenge of painting a Native American without reference. It's definitely not an easy task. I think time's up. That is what it happened. Native American warrior chief with all the stereotypes and malarkey that you would might expect of a Swedish guy painting a Native American. Well, that is it. Um, Thanks everyone for coming. Have a great day, good night, good day. Well, the thing is, from wherever in the world you are, uh, have a great one, and catch you all tomorrow morning. Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye.